So Turki Alalshikh is playing fantasy boxing in real life. It's a fantastic thing for fans like us, but it's also a bit bizarre at times because he's tried to make a couple of very unlikely matchups. So for example, he tried to make Dmitry Bivol versus Jay Opataya. I think he still wants to make that for the winner of Beterbiev Bivol. Wants them to step up to cruiserweight and fight Opataya. That's if Opataya can get past Myris Breedis for a second time. Anyway, it turns out that Turki Alalshikh wanted to make an even more bizarre clash between Terence Crawford and David Benavidez, of all people. Now, yes, we know that Crawford wanted to fight Canelo Alvarez and was willing to go up to 168, but Canelo Alvarez is a guy who's moved up through the weight classes over the years. He's much smaller than David Benavidez, despite being in the same weight class currently. Benavidez walks around at over 200 pounds. However, Benavidez says the fight was offered to him at 160, and he says there's no way that he could possibly make middleweight. So it's not happening. But again, it's kind of interesting that Turki Alalshikh wanted to make that fight happen. And Crawford, of course, was willing to do it at 160, I'm sure for a boatload of money. Anyway, the latest unlikely clash, which is not so bizarre because these two guys are in the same weight class, I just didn't see it coming, is Deontay Wilder versus Jared Anderson. Now, Anderson's been calling Wilder out recently, but a lot of people just felt as though that was him clout chasing and that neither he nor his promoter Bob Arum would have any genuine intention of fighting Wilder anytime soon. But when Turki Alalshikh is involved, unlikely things can happen. So he put this tweet out where he said, the talented Jared Anderson is with us now on August 3rd, Riyadh season card at LA against the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder, if he's ready by then to fight after the 1st of June's fight against Zhilei Zhang. I always believed that boxing would be at its peak when you have young American heavyweights like Jared Anderson, which I also believe in his talent and his promising future. My advice to him, focus on your future, training and commitment, and you will reach to your goals. Happy to collaborate with Top Rank again. Riyadh season card, 3rd of August in LA, will be one for the history. All right, those are the words of Turki Alalshikh. Obviously, we have to forgive his not perfect English, but it's decent enough to understand. So he's saying that if Wilder gets past Zhilei Zhang, rather than matching him against the winner of Hrgovic Dubois or Anthony Joshua, no, he wants to match him against Jared Anderson on the August 3rd card. Now, my first thought is that the time frame just won't line up. Unless Deontay Wilder goes in there and cleans Zhilei Zhang out in one round and takes no damage in the process because Wilder's known to have brittle hands, then I just don't see, even if Wilder wins, how he's going to have enough time between June 1st and August 3rd to prepare for a Jared Anderson fight. I don't see it. Because he'll literally be coming off a fight with, a couple of days break and then straight into a new camp. I mean, even if he was to knock out Zhilei Zhang early and take no damage, the camp itself puts wear and tear on you. The camp itself can wear you down. So maybe he goes in and does a shorter camp for Jared Anderson. But again, I think it's unlikely. And we know the Saudis have got extremely deep pockets, but they'd have to activate the go-go gadget arms, I think, to convince Deontay Wilder to get in there against Jared Anderson, because Anderson, although he's a promising young heavyweight, he's not a marquee name. I don't think Deontay Wilder would want to risk his position if he beat Zhang against somebody as unproven as Jared Anderson. I could be wrong. Again, money talks. And if they're willing to activate the go-go gadget arms and reach way down into the bottom of those deep pockets and bring all of the cash back up and plonk it in front of Deontay Wilder and Shelley Finkel, unless they're willing to do that, and they might be, we'll see, I don't see the fight happening. Certainly not on August 3rd. I hope I'm proven wrong because I would love to see that fight. Previously, I'd said that I would pick Jared Anderson to beat Wilder. You guys remember that? That was in the lead up to the Charles Martin fight. But after the Charles Martin performance, I changed my mind and I was like, Anderson needs to make some defensive adjustments. That lean back he does is very dangerous against somebody like Deontay Wilder, who throws a very fast, very hard right hand. But then I look at that performance of Deontay Wilder's against Joseph Parker, and I'm starting to go back and forth. So we'll have to see how Wilder looks against Zhilei Zhang. Either way, interesting fight. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Will we see Deontay Wilder versus Jared Anderson sooner rather than later? You see, I like these kind of fights because it's involving the new breed, the young blood, going up against the old guard. Because I think the old guard, the Usyks, well, not so much Usyk, because he has fought Daniel Dubois, right, in his last fight. But let's just say the Tyson Furies, the Anthony Joshuas, the Deontay Wilders, get the benefit of the doubt from boxing fans and boxing pundits. A little bit too much for my liking in relation to how they would fare against some of these young upcoming heavyweights. Never underestimate the advantage of youth. That's not to say that youth is going to triumph every time, but it can definitely surprise you. I think if you matched the top guys, the old guard, against these younger guys, you're going to see a few of these older guys get turned over by people you wouldn't expect them to get turned over by. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Give me your thoughts in the comments section. And before I go, I want to give a shout out to all the new subscribers to my Patreon page. I cover loads of different topics in my weekly podcast, as you can see on screen right now, from current events to deep dives down the rabbit hole and everything in between. I'm really enjoying the feedback and the discussions we've been having on there lately. So if you'd like to join the conversation, just click the link in the description box below. Are you sick and tired of the mainstream mindset? Does the dogmatic conformity and pathological ignorance have you tearing your hair out in frustration? Then don't be alone. Come and join our brotherhood on Patreon. We stand as a beacon of reason against an army of insanity. You'll gain access to my weekly topical podcast, where we take more deep dives than Jacques Cousteau on an endless variety of subjects. There's also videos, interviews, live Q&As, as well as a vast back catalogue of previous episodes, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen via the Patreon app or download in high-quality MP3. Connect with myself and hundreds of other members in our Element chat group. There's no contract, no commitment, you can cancel at any time, and it's cheaper than a Mickey D's McMuffin. Just head to my Patreon page via the link below this video and select the tier called the Brotherhood of Reason. I'll see you over there.